We have on a panel Ajay Bhatt, Group Head, Corporate Services, Godrej Industries, Mr. Devendra Saria, Head Procurement and Travel, Deloitte, Mr. Ranjit Nair, Global Operations and Head Travel, TCS, and Sri, Co-founder, Fast Collab. So would you like all of you to give a round of introduction before we start? Just a brief.
Hi, I'm Ajay Bhatt. I work for Godrej Industries and take care of the corporate services across the group. Thank you.
Hi, good morning everybody. I'm Devendra Saraya, working with Deloitte India for the last 15 years. I had the travel and procurement for Deloitte India.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ranjit Nair. I handle the entire global operations TCS across the globe. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. This is Sri. I am the co-founder at Fast Collab. We are a travel and expense management SaaS solution provider. That's us.
Okay, now we start. This question goes to everyone. Anybody can answer this. If we rewind 5 years and then fast forward today, what is the biggest shift that you have seen in the corporate travel management, and what is the expectation today?
So I think interesting question because the last 5 years have been quite transformational in the entire industry actually. Both from, if we have to divide it, both from the demand and supply side. If we talk about from the buyer side, the corporate side, I would say I think the shift has been from policy control, cost controls, to more seamless experiences. That's where one of the major shift has been. More traveler-centric approach has come in. Earlier it was more cost-centric approach. Today it is more traveler-centric approach, right? Experience is something that we talk about, and of course many other things like flexibility, safety, this all. So I think shift has definitely been there, and some of these points come on top of the chart in terms of the shift.
Thank you, Ajay. So, in the post-COVID world, the travel world had seen a dip during 2020, at the peak of COVID. Post that, the good news is the way it has bounced back. And what we see as a shift is more on, increase in travel, technology adoption. When I say technology, it's not just, as the sake of saying technology and, putting that tick mark. It's where the user experience can be achieved for a traveler, and volumes at scale can be managed efficiently, with optimum utilization. So, it enhances the user experience right from the booking till the expense management and on end-to-end thing. So, a lot of it that evolved, and pre-COVID people used to take OTA for the personal travel, but on the corporate front the adoption was low, which has increased now drastically. And overall in the hospitality and aviation space, due to the growth in the Indian economy, there is a high demand, and obviously good times ahead for all of us.
Devendra, sorry, just building on that. Deloitte is a large consulting firm, and large consulting firms travel at scale. How do you balance cost control and traveler flexibility? Especially as you mentioned, a lot has changed in the last 5 years.
So on a cost control, actually it's a triangle. A cost control, traveler experience, and travel security, the overall satisfaction of the travel program. So I would say the Indian samosa triangle, where you have to, bridge everything, and it's a cost to me, which I have to, traveler will spend. Of course, things are now, basic example, if you look at the way hospitality has increased the rates in the last 2 years, but still people are traveling.
Right.
They are doing a 70-80% occupancy. Flights, of course, it's a virtual duopoly, and the way demand is increasing, I'm sure, airports are increasing. There will be stability, frequency will increase, and because overall the demand is increased, the overall economy with the GST enhancements which happened in November, and the FTA is being signed. So there is a growth in corporate travel because people will travel, and that it makes a difference if I go and physically meet a customer as compared to Teams meeting.
So I'll come to the pricing later, but Ajay, this question is for you. Godrej is a diversified group, and the question is, do different business have different philosophies, or do you push for one unified approach?
So see, in any business, there are diverse requirements which are there. All the businesses are different. Their philosophies of operating a business is different. So how we look at it is that there are certain policies which are common for all the businesses, right? Which means the framework is common. The playbook can be different for each business, right? And I think that's how it is going to work. Because if that flexibility is not given based on the business, the way they are, then I think the experience, the entire purpose of the travel is defeated, right? Whether we talk about the MICE or we talk about the FIT, the business travel. So in order to not defeat the purpose, it's a framework, the common framework stands for the group, and playbook differs as per the business.
Just building on that, Ranjit, this is for you. So is this shift driven more by employees, leadership, or external forces?
I will say external forces. So that is data, policies, risk. But I will say the other way, if you look at it, the entire workforce which we look at, we try to drive it in a particular way, but we like to put it in a very stringent way where policies come into the picture. We have a lot of things, something called duty, where, I mean, care.
Duty of care.
That is what we look at this point of time. That was not before.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say duty of care, the value, this is again for everyone. What does it actually mean? Is it cost saving, productivity, reliability, insights, data, something else?
So, when I work in this role, my firm entrusts me to ensure that, I get in the best and overall combination for this. So I would say, yes, there are multiple parameters. I want to get the best cost, may not always be the cheapest cost. And I want to ensure that my traveler has a good experience. He doesn't end up, wasting more of his client-facing time on booking the tickets. It has to be smoother, faster. And he need not spend, need not stay in a crappy hotel, or, he has to have a good experience, because his satisfaction will, allow my firm to, his productivity increases, my billability to client will increase, and,
Correct.
it will increase our productivity. So having said that, I just cannot open floodgates and, go into anything and everything by everything. That's where I would rely on a strong partner who can partner with me in the journey and get a good combination of price, value, and experience through technology. Needless to say, technology is an integral part.
So that's, okay, you want to add to it?
Yeah. See, the travel expense, I don't think so, is only a cost, and it's only a spend that we are doing, right? Today, I think the travel expense has also become a cost for running a business. I think we need to evolve from this mindset of that travel is only the cost that we are looking at. I think it's also cost for running a business, right? We travel because of business, nothing else. What is the value we are bringing on the table is something which has to be definitely looked at. But cost, no more is just the cost. It's just no more just a spend, no more just an expense. It's the cost of running business like we would have for anything else within the business, right?
That's helpful. But just adding to that, so this question comes directly to you. So have you, in a diversified enterprise, how do you value beyond negotiated rates?
So we don't negotiate rates, we announce the rates. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's few who's got them, got it.
And my hint is very clear to
Yes.
so many people sitting here. Coming back to the point, what is the value we are deriving? Yes. What is the purpose of the travel? I don't think so that we can negotiate on certain, things which are very, very important. Cost also should not be negotiated to a level that it breaks. You know, the entire service breaks. I don't think so we should negotiate cost to that level. Sunny had said in his previous discussion that the margin is extremely low, and I've been talking to so many other leaders in the business from the provider side that the margin is really, really very low. Understandable, right?
Yeah.
So where is the value that you bring in as a supplier for the corporates is something which is very important, right? So we have spoken about it multiple times that the experience has to be seamless, there has to be a safety aspect to it, you know, and people remember that particular this thing that, oh, with this particular travel, there is a lot that I could achieve in terms of business, in terms of personal experience, satisfaction, etc.
That's one side of it. Okay,
Just
you want
to add on
Yes.
Ajay's point, while we say the margins are very low, but if you look at it, the parent companies are struggling, the aviation companies, but the TMCs are growing by leaps and bounds just because, the volumes are increasing, they are growing, be it a OTA, be it a traditional TMC, all are growing and it's a healthy growth for everybody. So if the margins were absolutely low, obviously they wouldn't be able to grow. So it's a positive sign for the industry.
Okay, so Ranjit, for you. So they've talked about experiences. In your organization or your perspective, how value shifted from lowest compliance to best business outcome or something else?
No, I mean, if you look at what Ajay said, what Devendra said, I will say that things have changed threefold. Now, when you take post-COVID now, things have been different. Compliance is one thing which is very important. Value is an add-on which we think of. And one thing which we always look at is when you talk about any TMC bringing in something on the floor, there are a lot of promises which are made. But what really happens is, is it getting translated in the way which we want? No, it is not. Sometimes there are promises which are said that it will be done, it'll be all be good and hanky-dory. But nothing is really true to that aspect there. I am ready to say that, yeah, it's all there. Now, when you talk about, I just heard GST.
Correct.
Okay? 100%. There is nothing called 100%. When you talk about input tax credit, which we have to get, we are literally crying saying that,
Right.
मैं करूँ या तू करेगा?
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll come to those promises, but Sri, you've been there for a while. This question is to you. From technology and expense reporting, which is another integral part, what is value delivered? How would you define that?
I mean, in today's world, ChatGPT era, everything is around AI only. So AI and AI agents is everybody. There's no single conversation without this in the mix. So every product that we build is reoriented towards that aspect. So there are different productivity gains with that coming in. So we are, as a product development business, look at it from that standpoint, everything today.
Okay, that's one perspective, but we'll come back to you again on that. Next question, this is again to everyone. In today's struggle program, where should the accountability truly sit? With the TMC, the suppliers, the tech platform, corporate buyer, or somebody else?
So if you ask me, I am driving the program, I am responsible for it. So it's accountability with me, but it has a partnership with my suppliers. So it depends on which horse I am riding. So who is my partner?
So this is
how they can partner me in the race.
So this is also a racy matrix where the people responsible.
How transparent they are with me, how we can sustain together in long run. Long run is more important. Because generally, many partners, it happens that, it starts like a, marriage life. Initially, it's very hunky-dory after honeymoon for a few months. And after that, the actual journey starts. And maybe not in real life, but in the TMC or a supplier side, after 2 to 3 years, you part away with the supplier.
So there's a lot of TMC conversation and the suppliers conversation.
And it also includes the car partners.
Yes,
OTM is based on
every partner is there. The promises and but we'll come to that in a while.
The relationship is only successful when both of us are happy when we meet after 2 years.
Correct. Ranjit, coming directly to you, something straightforward. When something goes wrong, travel safety, misconnection, compliance gaps, Who do you expect to step up first?
Always us. I mean, the things are told, things are being defined. I mean, something which you call duty of care.
Yes,
That is the
absolutely.
first thing which I'll look at. Now, what we thought post COVID is always what we think about what my guys will get on the other end. That is, when he's traveling, he should be taken care in all possible way. That is one thing which is always important. But what promises are made, which is totally different. That is what we need to look at in our own way.
So is it that the reliability has still not come to the travel partners that, you can be confident enough to put some part on them, or the ownership is entirely the...
You know what? I'll tell you what. When you talk about journey, you work 9 to 6 very normally.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what really hits you is the AOH, the after office hours.
Correct.
There'll be one single case which will take you the entire day to kill you. That guy will never reach his destination. He will never be able to do things in the right way. But what happens is, that is when I need you. That is where the promises are made when you come on the floor. I will get you everything. But what happens? I don't get what I want.
So this is pain coming out right deep inside. Anybody and all of you listening to it. Sri, question for you. From a tech perspective, how would you build accountability into platforms rather than contracts? Again, promises, what I mean by that.
I think what we see on a day-to-day basis, I think Ajay also spoke before, is the data that is flowing between different applications and different systems. So that's where we see a lot of gaps, whether it is airline issue or a hotel issue or HR data issue or some employee managers issue. So if we know clearly in the application where is what, there are different teams that work together in this. So the accountability can be easily reached out to that team to get something resolved. But I would say, data silos, if we can consolidate and make a better systems, integrated systems, you would have better accountability between different parties.
So we'll come to the integration. The previous panel also spoke about integration, but considering time, I will come to my next question. For everyone, are we designing the travel program for the travelers, the approvers, the organization, and can we realistically satisfy all three?
Yeah, actually, we have to satisfy all three. That's our job.
That's
But
the key.
there will be, it's not a straight line.
Yes,
It's all
yeah.
a graph. There will be surge and low. So, travel, obviously organization is paying, it is a part of the P&L, so we need to ensure that correct cost. I'm not telling the lowest or the cheapest, but the correct cost is taken. And for a traveler, we need to ensure that, his or her convenience is taken into account. And at the end of the day, they are the guys who are working for me in my business. So I need to ensure they get a correct, smooth, safe journey. And data, obviously, data will come to us, and it's up to us how we can see, because we are talking about AI, and I also, in the previous panel, they discussed. I think at least India is a good tech platform. India has a good tech platform, but it will take at least 12 to 18 months to realistically get AI on board. Now, if you ask me today what we are talking about data, can I get a predictive analysis in the next, if when a buyer is booking a ticket, which is the right flight he or she should be go, or there is an expected flight drop in a day or two if I'm booking in 10 days. So with the past data, can the system do this analytics? Which is not there as of now.
Exactly. Something what he's added has been a conversation, predictive analysis, what ifs. This should be the first, the low-hanging fruits that one should look into. But coming across, what is one experience gap that frustrates your traveler today the most?
See, one experience gap, I think it's an expectation level. See, travel is a part of servicing and there are bound to be issues. But when there is an issue, how do you handle it? How do you resolve it is important. If you are able to, if when the chips are down, how you deliver it? You are then not only the TMC, it's our team and TMC together with the end supplier, be it an airline or an hotel. How can we resolve that issue and, fulfill the traveler expectation?
Ajay, do you have another perspective to this?
No, so a couple of points here. One is about the data. We all talk about data, analytics, multiple things. But then we realize that our systems are not integrated at all, right? I mean, not only our system, but the entire ecosystem is not integrated. So how do you get the data? I think somewhere there is this tech platform, the tech service providers need to play a bigger role now. It is no more just a tech business. I think they'll need to think about the tech platform as a part of creating experience. Right? The moment we do that, there are multiple things which will fall on its place like that. Secondly, I think we all know and understand very well that we who represent travel within our organization or corporate are actually representing our partners. So we are representing our travel partners, we are representing our land transport partners, etc. So we are all on the same side, right? If anything goes wrong, first of all, why should it go wrong? There are so many experts, working towards a common goal. So why should something go wrong? If something goes wrong, it is our responsibility. So when I say our, which means we who are representing the entire travel within the organization and my partners who are helping me do that, we all are responsible, right? And we don't need a scapegoat. We don't need to find a scapegoat to just roll the head.
Okay, taking on that, on the technology, so therefore this question comes to you, Sri. We talk a lot about technology solving everything, but can it satisfy all stakeholders? No. And are people, the other part of it, are people ready to use it in everyday travel experience?
I think it can't solve all the problems, especially in travel where there is a lot of touch points are there, human touch points. But it won't satisfy everybody. But there is a wide expectation of technology adoption there. In the last 5 years, the self-booking expectation is there. Now with AI usage and AI planning and AI usage is there. So there's an increased expectation that technology will facilitate a lot of these things, definitely.
So in the future, do you think it's possible?
It is, definitely. It is significantly increased from last few years to where it is today. I think it boils down to also organizations giving that freedom to the employees also. So I think there was a mindset that employee may not select the right choice and he may misuse the the prices, etc., etc. But with a lot of technology coming in, the price enforcement, compliance enforcements are happening. So there is more free hand given to the employee to book within the compliance ecosystem. So the adoption rates will increase further.
So you're saying in the future, technology will be able to satisfy majority of the stakeholders?
Definitely, yeah. And also AI agents will do a lot of work that people are doing. So it will, for example, expense claims are reviewed by the AI agents, that part of the product for Absolutely. Us. Travel approvals are approved by the AI agent before manager approves. So that's part of our product roadmap, how we are delivering today. So you will trust the technology more.
I'll just add on to what Sri said. When there was a time when OCR was one thing which was always there. Yes. Okay. Now that was one thing which we used to go through. Now we have, like what Sri said, AI agents.
Agentic AI.
Let me take reimbursements for that case. Right. There are so many bills, medical bills, which you need to put in, and that reimbursement comes to one of us to approve. Now we are not sure what is that. No, I can scan anything.
Yes.
But when it comes to, there are corrections which are set in, where there are codes which are put in the right way. The corrections are so niche. I mean, things will go to that level where the reimbursements will be correct, right, and appropriate. That is how it is going to be.
Absolutely. Technology is absolutely developing in that area where certain things are being streamlined. But considering time, once again, one rapid fire, simple questions. You can answer in one line, one word, the way you like it. One thing the industry must stop doing.
I will say the main thing is giving ideas which are not there. Okay.
Promises.
Making promises and under delivery.
Okay. Devinder?
Yeah, I would agree with Ranjit. Overcommitment is something which, and transparency is always improving with technology. So overcommitment is a major.
Ajay, any different perspective there?
More or less, yeah. These things only. So I think the travel partners need to stop selling anything in the name of discounts, in the name of, that, okay, we'll reduce the cost. Now, value and cost, it's like that. So what value you get me, I'll give you the cost. It's not that. So I think that's something which needs to.
So what are you saying? Agentic AI can replace a lot of them?
No. I'll take being a tech provider, but a TMC point of view here. So don't ask for credit. Stop.
Okay. One thing the industry must start doing.
I would say budget for technology. At least couple of crores every year.
That is very simple.
Yes.
No, it's a serious. I think technology as a cost should be considered seriously. So nothing comes for free. You want innovation, you have to pay for it. We all incur cost.
I will say TCS really puts in a lot of things into technology.
Correct.
And today we are driving ourselves to be AI everywhere. So, we as senior leaders go into different tests, different programs where we have to be there, part of it,
Correct.
to understand what is AI. And when Sri says that, yeah, you have to put money, I feel yes, you need to put money into it.
Correct. So there's a concurrence there.
So, yeah, a couple of crores for technology, Sri, I would suggest don't open the can of worms here.
Okay, we agreed, Ajay.
Yeah, but definitely, like we've spoken, and we speak, and we discussed this in multiple platforms, that, integrated ecosystem is something which is very, very important. We all have been trying to do that from both supplier and, buyer side, but I think there's a long way to go.
Okay. And anything that you think?
I would say a more collaborative approach. Rather than, I'm looking at my partner as a supplier or a vendor, I would say, come to me, sit on the table, and let's solve the problem.
So collaboration and partnership. The final question, one outcome that would define a successful partnership or a collaboration.
So you're talking about collaboration with the supplier?
Yes, an outcome that would define success.
So it would be satisfaction of my leadership and a happy traveler.
Okay, so
I think mutual. Let's both lead together in one single ecosystem, and let's both do what we have to do best.
So see customer satisfaction and stakeholder
If you
satisfaction.
take from employee point of view, at the end of the day, he wants booking to be done. He doesn't care whether 10 people collaborate or not. Flight booked, seat booked, hotel booked. So that's a success for me.
CSATs again, yes. Anything Ajay, different?
So I think for any successful partnership, ownership is very important. The collaboration and the ownership is very important, whether supplier, buyer, whoever.
Okay, so our takeaways: be agile, be fast, collaborate, keep the traveler at the center, and CSATs. So open for questions. Anybody in the audience would like to ask any one of them anything?
Hi, my name is Alish. I represent Quest to Travel. So my question to everyone is, do you think multi-vendor policy, when it comes to selecting a travel management company, it is more advisable, or looking out for a single vendor where the governance and everything comes in place and the employee experience is more increased, so that a single vendor is only liable for it? So what is your suggestion when it comes to TCS for that matter, or say for example Godrej? A single vendor or single TMC is more advisable, or still multi-vendor policy is advisable?
So see, it all depends on a particular organization's way of thinking. However, we as an organization have taken a conscious call that we would henceforth go a little more democratic, which is multiple service providers, multiple partners.
Correct.
And create a marketplace within our system where the employee is the king to choose what they want,
Correct.
how they want, right? So that's
Correct.
our philosophy.
So what about
So-
Ranjit sir?
Okay, now when I look at it, yes, we do have a multiple vendor, but if I'll still take it this way. You as a person, you as a TMC, comes to me with things which is there on a table, which is takeable. Whatever you can bring on the table, which is our need. I have a lot of things to be done. Okay,
Correct.
there are a list of questions which I'll give it to you.
Correct.
If you get everything on board,
Correct.
I'm okay with whatever comes to me. I'm more than
let
happy
us
to
work that way.
I'll just add to it. Okay.
You look like you're doing an RFI pitch about
I think that's like that.
I'll just add to that. A lot of people would today acknowledge that options are important. Everybody is looking forward for options. It does, but at the back end, when you have multiple options, the data, the dashboard don't talk to each other.
Correct, agreed.
That's where, and that's what the entire forum has been integrated. If you all speak the same language, possibly in the future it's possible to have multi-vendor approach. But right now, that's one area that I think is stopping from it. Because,
That's where Sri plays a
yes.
role.
Yes.
No, I think from a technology standpoint, what we see is specialization. So I don't think corporates have any issue if you are specialist in flights and hotels and car and visa and cab all at the same time. But unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know. Indian ecosystem is not specializing. So there's a specialist in flights, there's a specialist in cars, a specialist in visa. So corporates are kind of compelled to work with multiple partners. I want Forex, I have to go to one vendor.
Correct.
I can't have another system to service Forex for me. So I don't think we, including us, all of us, evolved into such a global specialist that I can do everything from one single partner. That's what we see from a technology implementation standpoint. So I think that's why they make different choices. I want flight from here, visa from there, and Forex from here. So.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay, we have one last question, and then.
Good morning still, good afternoon. Dana here, so I'm from Ulavi Technologies. So I've been hearing from today morning that one of the major pain points, it's not more about flights or hotels, but it's more about the land transport component. So especially making sure that your employees or executives move from the flight or the train stations to the respective places and meet the clients on other things. So what we try to do in our side is we bridge that solution. So we have launched as part of ATM ai.ulacap.com. So from TMC as well as from a corporate point of view, this issue has been there nagging the land transport part. So what kind of collaboration or the ecosystem that even Ajay mentioned, right? Or even Devendra said that I want to give more emphasis that the client time is more. So all of these, like technology side-wise, how you want to bridge or what kind of ecosystem that you want to build, where many of the land transport suppliers are not ready. Either they are ready asset-wise, they can say they have their own asset. But when it comes to technology, they are way, way behind what you guys are looking forward to. So what is the plan with AI coming on board and to make your executive and employees' life simpler? What kind of collaboration and integration that you guys want to spearhead that will really bring a difference to the land transport, vertical? Thank you.
Let me take this first. Road transport technology companies are there. I have been using one of them for last 15 months. But, currently the level of maturity of that tool is not to the expectation. So there is still a long way to go. We have experimented, we have tried for 1 year, but there are a lot of open gaps to be bridged in technology. It could be any technology. AI is secondary. This is a basic primary technology I am referring to on the integration. So if that works, it's good. And second point too is very critical is how it can be integrated with the main booking system. Because I can't have an employee going to multiple systems for multiple booking.
I have a quick input from what I see from corporates. One is on the payment side, where employee will be able to pay when they get out of the car. That's one aspect that I see. So like UPI, if we individually travel, so can that be done for corporates as well? Of course, bill to company is there in any way, and of course, and then there are APIs that can be integrated into larger platforms like us or any other technology provider. So these two makes.
Just pause you there. One last question. You have a question?
No, I don't.
Okay, so we'll take everything post offline. Thank you all speakers for that engaging conversation and straightforward answers, and thank you all for being such a wonderful audience.
Thank you.